What is real love? What are the signs of real love? What is not real love? And how deep can your love really go? Hi, my name is Inès Nangue. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm so thankful that you are here. I got the feedback from my last video that I should deepen every life lesson that I learned. First of all, what is real love? One of my favorite mentors, Dr. John DeMartini, defines love as the synthesis and the synchronicity of all complementary opposites. I really love that definition, and it really transformed my view on love when I first heard that definition. So love is not just about taking one side and loving that side, like only the positive side of someone, be it yourself, be it the people around you, be it a stranger. You just don't love one part, the part when they behave like you want. You love every part. There is this middle part where the complementary opposites meet. And those opposites are just perceived traits anyway. If you think that you are a kind person, it's just your perception in a precise moment. So in another moment, you will think that, oh, I'm not so kind because I'm not doing this and that. Same with other people around you. If you perceive that this person is too this and that, then at another moment, you can perceive exactly the complementary opposite, the contrary, so to speak. So real love is when you can accept all of those, and you are liberated when you do so, because you don't have to expect from yourself or from others to behave just a certain way for you to love them. You just love them, and that is all, right? That is the real definition of true love, of real love, of unconditional love. When you think about it, per definition, there is no conditional love. If you have conditional love, you are attached to someone or you are infatuated to someone. When this person presents the traits that you love, intelligence, generosity, you can fill the blank of all the traits that you love, then you are infatuated with them. When they don't present the traits that you love, then you judge them, you resent them. The intelligence will come with some kind of competitiveness or wanting to be right all the time, and you will not appreciate that if you are just infatuated with the intelligence. Understanding that they come with both sides, there is a middle and there are two parts of the middle. You cannot divide those parts. If someone is intelligent, it's probable that the person will be always wanting to be right. And if someone is good looking and extremely attractive, then it's so that other people will be extremely attracted to that person, and they might be constantly flirting with a lot of people, or a lot of people will be flirting with them. Understanding those opposites, those traits, like there is one thing and its opposite, then you are free to love someone for who they are, and to love yourself for who you are. Alright, generally the idea that we have of true love is something that we got from some Hollywood movies, right? Some romantic movies that we love to watch. And there is this part where in the movie something happened and they split because you did this or you did that. But the real love is beyond that. The real love understands that you are not obliged to behave the way I want for me to love you. It doesn't matter how you behave. I am the one who can choose my response, right? By the way, when someone behaves in a way that doesn't please you, this is really the time when they need your love the most. Let's imagine that someone went through a difficult phase and they just lost it all, and they behave in a way that you don't know them for. Well, the reason why they behave that way is because of the hurt. They feel hurt, they are suffering. And you retracting your love, taking your love away because of their behavior, is going to make them suffer even more. So the real love, the true love in this case, is being able to love people, especially in the moments when the behavior is not what you who love expected is not what you like. Because in those moments, they really need your love more. And it doesn't mean that you have to be around them. If for you it's something that you cannot support to be around them, then you can send them love and blessings despite what they are going through, despite the behavior that they presented to you. Sending them that beautiful energy will help them overcome the suffering, the pain that they are going through. So this is how deep your love can really go, to go beyond forgiveness and to even be grateful for that experience. Because when any event happens in our life, it is always a lesson. It is always to teach us something and to help us to grow. It's an opportunity for growth. So by going beyond the behavior of the person in front of you, you can see that actually it's the universe using you in this moment to teach me a lesson. So I'm grateful for the lesson that I'm going to learn here. I transcend your behavior and I see the blessing in the lessons that I'm going to learn. How truly important this is. When you go into forgiveness, okay, I forgive you, it's like you put yourself on a pedestal, so you exaggerate yourself. We talk about the complementary opposites. So there is a part of you that exaggerates yourself, and there is a part of you that minimizes yourself and others, and there is a part of you that is in the middle, where those two complementary extreme opposites meet. And that is the true love. That is the real love. One myth that I want to shatter about love, true love, is that if you find true love, if you find your soulmate, for example, it means that that person is supposed to make you happy. And if that person is not making you happy, then they are failed at their job of being your soulmate. Totally not true. Well, first of all, it's your own responsibility to work on your own fulfillment. I prefer to choose the word fulfillment instead of happiness. I choose fulfillment above happiness because happiness is once again one of these extremes of the spectrum, where there is happiness and there is on the other spectrum unhappiness. When you are fulfilled, you are in that middle where happiness and unhappiness can meet. Because when you are fulfilled, you understand that life is not just only going to be support all the time from all the people around you. On the contrary, life is going to support you at some times and also challenge you at other times, right? And by understanding both and by choosing what you will love to do, then you are fulfilled through that thing that you will love to do. And the same thing with your relationship. By understanding that being in our human experience would mean that sometimes your person, your soulmate, will challenge you and sometimes they will support you. Then you don't expect from them to behave only one way in order for you to love them. No matter what they behave, you find that inner strength to come with love, to send them blessing, to send them beautiful energy, to help them to heal and to grow and to expand, because that is what relationships are, to help us to grow, to heal, to expand. By understanding that true love means that you will accept support and challenges, you liberate yourself to be a real loving partner in a relationship. It doesn't matter the nature of your relationship, if it's with your partner, with your spouse, with your children, with your friends, with your parents, with your siblings, it doesn't matter, co-workers, it doesn't matter the nature of the relationship, you can still bring that energy. And of course, we are just human beings, meaning that we are spiritual beings, but we are in this human body. And this human body brings its condition of reacting sometimes, of getting emotional sometimes, and all that is okay. It's part of the human experience. When we continually work on ourselves, right? When we continually aspire to grow, to heal, to expand, then our reaction in those challenging times gets more and more like we will really want, we really love it to be. Like some triggering event happens, But instead of reacting like this, you end up reacting like this, with poise, with composure, with equanimity. Because true love understands equanimity. And understanding that all those people are in your life are not your possession, attachment, like my husband, my children, my friends, my this and that. Actually, they are just free spirit. They are souls on their own journey, meaning that they come with some perceptions, they come with their own behavior that is being conditioned by who they are, by what they have been through before they even know you, or maybe in another time space reality where you didn't know them in this form that you are in right now. What I mean is they are a soul on their own journey, and they will have their own support and challenges in their own life. So you coming into their life, not expecting them to be a certain way, it's going to help them to heal more, because in front of you, they can be themselves. And when you are yourself, you heal, you grow, you expand really fast. Which is a perfect segue to my next point that I want to cover today, which is some signs of true love. Let's go into that. So some signs of true love are, number one, when you are in a relationship where there is true love, then you are free to be yourself. You don't want to present only personas that you think that the other people want to see from you. For example, in a marriage or in a parent-children relationship, you don't mold yourself in order to be what you think the other person loves from you. You just be yourself, right? And that self will be at sometimes what we call positive, right? At other times what we call negative, but it's just you, all right? First, you learn to know yourself, and then you find the courage to be that self, and then you love who you are. Because how can someone else love you if you are not even your authentic self? What are they going to love then? A persona, and then you are tired of being that persona, and you show your real face and they are like, oh, I didn't know you were like that, right? But if you come into a relationship with who you are, with your true self, with being who you really are, then they have the chance to fall in love with that person that you are. And when I say fall in love, it's not the movie version of falling in love, but it's like really encompassing, accepting unconditional love that we talk about. The real love, the true love, where you accept every part, not just the part that you would love to see. All right. Another sign is that when you are in a beautiful relationship of true love, of real love, then you don't have to change anything about yourself, right? You just be who you are. If you love to wear makeup, then you just wear your makeup. And if you don't want to wear makeup, then you don't have to wear makeup. Well, if that is the real you, what is the problem? But at the same time, we are human beings, meaning that when you sleep, if you wake up and you are like all over the place, this is okay. Love that part of you, because by loving who you really are without all the artifice, right? Without the clothes, without the makeup, without the hair styled, if you are able to love yourself, who you are, that is what gives a chance to someone else to love who you are. But if you are all constantly showing parts of you that you think people are going to love, then in this particular place you are this persona, in that other you are that other persona, and people are confused. They don't know who you are. They don't know what to love, right? By accepting and loving who you are first, you open yourself to be loved, real love, true love, unconditional love from other people, because what they get is what you are. Alright, there's this concept that I really love about being careful, being carefree, and being caring. When you are in a relationship with true love, then you have mutual respect. It's not like there is an upper dog and the underdog, meaning that someone has to exaggerate their ego and be like, it's me and you have to do what I want you to do. And another one is minimizing themselves, like, oh, I'm so glad that I found you because I don't know what my life would be without you, and stuff like that. You are the underdog. But when each person is taking the time to become the most beautiful, expanded version of themselves, then you come in the relationship as partner, as equals. Not in the sense like, I am a man, you are a woman, we are equal, we are both the same and stuff like that, because that is also not true. There is the principle of divine masculine and divine feminine that can be embodied in these bodies that we have in this lifetime, but we are above that and we are spirit. And at the level of the soul, there is no masculine and there is no feminine. I mean, another way to say that is that the feminine and the masculine are integrated in the soul level. We are both the masculine and the feminine when we are a soul. Oh, let me do this first. Alright, I was talking about this interesting topic that at the soul level, we are both masculine and feminine integrated. And when we get this body, then we choose to express one energy more than the other. We can be in a feminine body and express more of our masculine energy, or the other way around. Or we can be in a feminine body and express more of our feminine energy. But at the soul level, we are just who we are, right? We are just the soul. We have everything integrated. So in the relationships, we will express those characteristics of one energy more than the other. For example, one energy wants to be supported. They want the compassion. They want to be listened to, right? They want to have fun and stuff like that. The other energy needs that acknowledgement, the validation, being seen, being acknowledged for the achievements. Depending on what your life experience will give you, you will embody one energy more than the other. And for your partner to understand what you really want, what you really value, is going to make the relationship flow more easily. For example, when you are in a relationship where your partner don't value you, you are not fulfilled. They are carefree because they exaggerate themselves in comparison to you. And when in a relationship, the partner minimizes themselves, they think, oh, I'm going to sacrifice everything just to make you happy. I will do everything that you want. Then they are also not making you being fulfilled, because all the time they are careful about around you. You can feel that they are not expressing who they truly are. And then the final part is when they are caring, because they see you in whatever energy you choose to express. They see you, they acknowledge that, and they express what is important to them in terms of what is important to you. And that there you have this connection, this soul connection that we call being soulmates. Everything seems so easy. Everything seems to flow. Each person feels seen and respected. Each person feels like they don't have to change. They can just be their true self. They feel safe. Let's imagine that you didn't empower yourself, right? You play the underdog in a relationship where you think, all I have to do is to please this man and he will provide for me. When you are empowered yourself, you know that you will find another person around the corner, because on the market of love, you are empowered in all areas of your life. In the spiritual level, in the financial level, in the vocational level, you do what you love and you love what you do. In the relationships level, the family, the intimacy, the love, and the physical aspect, the fitness aspect, the health aspect, your leadership, your social circle. If in all areas you have that power, then you feel less intimidated. It doesn't matter who is around, you feel like yourself, right? But if you are not empowered in one or many of those areas, as soon as someone else comes where you perceive that they have more power in one of those areas, you start feeling jealous or envious or whatever. By the way, there is this quote from Emerson that I really love, which is, envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide. When you envy someone, it's because you don't know the full story. And if you knew the full story, you wouldn't want to trade with them. And also, imitation is suicide. That means that if you are trying to be someone else, instead of being yourself, it doesn't matter how great that one person is that you are trying to imitate. Trying to imitate them means that you are killing yourself. You are killing who you really are. Talking about that authentic self. But your purpose on this earth is to be who you really are. Because only you can play that role. Only you can play the role of being yourself. Because you are the only person who has all the characteristics necessary to fulfill that role.